Hey there, Rusty Nelson here, talking watercolor, and we have episode 30 that I'm working on today. Went over a lot of things last week. I had a pretty long list of things to talk about last week, and we went over quite a few of them. So I got some good feedback this week from various people with the Halloween themed. Let's see, I did the three skulls. I did the Frankenstein's monster charcoal drawing, and then I just dropped the bird on Sunday. So we've had a lot of good comments, and I've been seeing some things with a recurring theme talking about people, discovering the channel and picking up and wanting to pick up either drawing or painting with watercolor, and for a range of reasons. Either they've gotten started again after years of not working with it for whatever reason. I understand. I've seen that with a lot of my classmates and friends over the years. They may have fallen away from it, but they're still very creative individuals and have now reached a point in their life where they can kind of think about picking it up again and doing it as a means of staying active and engaged and keeping mental facilities sharp by simply doing something like this and not just sitting around and watching TV all the time. So that's good. I'm glad to see that I'm having that kind of an impact, and at least have inspired people to get going again. So let's see. I've had several people jump in and leave some comments about they've reached a point. I mean, and they're in their 70s, and always thought it would be fun. Always thought it was something that it was always something just for gifted. That gifted person, and that idea of you have the knack or you don't. And yeah, there is a certain aspect to where there are people who have maybe been doing it their entire life. They understood it. It made sense to them ever since they were very little. So that was the gift, the aptitude, I think, for it. But again, if you really want to learn how to do it, you can definitely set your mind to it and start learning the steps, the stages, the techniques, drawing, mark making, understanding the concepts of and principles and elements of design and all of that, and really bring yourself up to speed fairly quickly with enough practice and determination. And I've said this in previous talking watercolor posts, where it's just like what I'm trying to do with the YouTube channel is do something and do it a little better each time, and it will improve, and you're going to learn the fundamentals, and you're going to start getting better at it, and then start trying different things as you get better with it. So that's really kind of the those are the people I think are they're at that age, they're in retirement, and it's like, hey, why not? Let's give it a shot and try it and see. It's something that will keep me entertained and preoccupied for a while at least. So that's great to hear. I'm really happy to hear that kind of an attitude in retirement, that people are willing to do something and stay active and stay involved. And then one other one, I had a really good comment from this person. I'm assuming it was a younger person, and I'm not quite sure how young, but definitely a person saying that they're in a place in their life right now where they can't afford to go back to school. School's expensive, they can't afford it, but they still want to learn some things about being creative, drawing and painting, and doing those kind of things about self-expression. So they have discovered the channel and really like the lessons and the things that I have put out there for anyone to come in and start picking up and learning the skills. So that one was a heartwarming comment as well. Had a couple comments again about maybe making. I think I might have talked about this in my previous uh, talking watercolor. I think it was vlog 29, where it was about uh, going back and redoing some of those fundamentals, or doing more of those really basic fundamental getting up to speed type tutorials. And I definitely was already kind of thinking in that mindset that I need to come back and circle back around and start the class over again, picking up right at the ground zero what the first steps and stages and things you are, along with making some maybe more intermediate to advanced level things with the tutorials of scenes and all of the other things that I've been doing recently. So it's time to kind of make that transition, come back around, and maybe do a little better intermix of those types of tutorials. The fundamental tutorials, I think they're going to be something I can definitely do again and do them quicker. Or maybe even break them down into more of a smaller chunk and focus on that one specific skill set or something like that. So I'm looking at doing that. And I even saw, as I was out scouring YouTube for videos and things to watch, I like looking at and watching Alex Hormozy and his thoughts on getting started in online marketing and YouTube and stuff like that. So he has a lot of shorts and videos, but one of his shorts just caught me the other day, where he was talking about, it's not so much that it's always a constant new subject that you're having to present to people. It's a lot of it is just simply reminding. Now, he was talking about, marketing and sales and things like that, but I think it holds true for even tutorials and things. And I know this for a fact, as I have taught my classes over the years and was in the process of kind of transitioning from gouache to watercolor, that every year, every semester at least, just coming back and doing some of those rudimentary fundamental exercises will oftentimes lead to some really good results in a more elaborate painting. So just coming back, doing quick little studies and exercises just to get my skills back, reset your mind even. So, and that's one of the things that I think that going back and doing some of those shorter little intro fundamental things for watercolor and drawing would be beneficial. So I started my channel. I think one of the first things I did when I started the channel, I did a whole series, maybe a whole month of nothing but just drawing tutorials. And I was posting one video a week at that time. So it was all about drawing. Mark making is a critical thing. You've really got to develop an interesting way or know how to make a mark that is descriptive, expressive, and confident. And that was what I started the channel out with, was mark making. And then I jumped into making basic shapes and creating, you have basic shapes and you use various techniques to create three-dimensional form. So I teach 3D modeling up at the university, and it's in software, of course. It's digital 3D modeling. And it's amazing the things that you can learn from that software that applies directly over into your traditional two-dimensional drawings and paintings. So, and actually, if I ever get good enough at 3D modeling, that I think it'd be so much of a kick to get in there and model stuff and then use it as a means to draw and paint as well. Although that doesn't sound quite as much fun, as I'm looking forward to getting out into the environment and finding scenes and things like that. So anyway, that's kind of where I've been going and planning on working in the next few weeks and months. I do have more watercolor tutorials. I've got a drawing tutorial I need to get done this week, so that'll be my next post, will be a drawing tutorial, and it'll be figure drawing, and starting out with some quick mannequin warm-ups and moving into a more of an extended pose, and then maybe doing a 45-minute to an hour-long drawing using a photo reference. So, and someday, as I reach retirement and get into my retirement, I would definitely like to do some live class figure classes. So that's what I'm looking forward to when I get finally into my full retirement and going after that, we can do a lot more things, I think, with the channel at that point. So plein air sessions and maybe some live streams of some actual classes, maybe actually have some live students in the class as well. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm going to cut a little short today. I really didn't have a long list of things to talk about, but they definitely have those things coming up. Went over the comments that I've been getting, so thank you for all those comments. They do help and kind of help me get redirected and understand what the audience is wanting to see from what I'm out here doing with my drawing and watercolor tutorials. I have a number of fun subjects coming up, more cityscapes. I want to do a pet portrait. I just did the bird, and people. I want to give you that quick tutorial on painting people and scenes and cars. I think I mentioned that in the previous video as well. So anyway, stay tuned to the channel. I'll be dropping those things within the next few weeks. And we're closing in. I mean, amazingly, we're closing in on Thanksgiving. And that means right now the semester is really kind of at its peak activity leading up to Thanksgiving. So lots of grading, a lot of assignments coming in, and a lot of frantic students, because once the Thanksgiving break hits, we have only about a week after Thanksgiving before the end of the semester. So it's going to be fun. And then all of a sudden we're going to be in the holiday season, and I need to get a few of those tutorials shot and banked and ready so that Christmas and New Year's and everything can happen, and I won't be scrambling around so much. So if you got any value out of this video, I know I'm just rambling today, give me a like and a subscribe. Drop me some comments. They definitely do give me something to consider and think about and know what I need to be working on. So I'll see you in the next episode of Talking Watercolor.